Okay, so what if I told you that the universe's ultimate speed limit might be more of a suggestion than a hard rule? Today, we are going to dive into a seriously mind-bending idea, right from the edge of theoretical physics that could change everything we know about traveling between the stars. So let's just start with that huge question. What if the speed of light, the one thing that keeps us from exploring the cosmos, wasn't really a hard barrier at all? What if we could just find a loophole?
But before we can even think about cheating the system, we first have to understand the system itself. So let's talk about this so-called cosmic speed limit.
I mean, this is the question that's been bugging sci-fi fans and, let's be honest, actual scientists for decades, right? Why can light just zip across the universe, no problem, while we're stuck in the cosmic slow lane? Well, it all comes down to one single fundamental property.
Here's the deal, and it really boils down to one of Einstein's big ideas. On one side, you've got us, our spaceships, pretty much anything you can touch. We all have mass, and according to the laws of physics, getting anything with mass up to the speed of light would take an infinite amount of energy. But then you have light itself, photons. They don't have any mass, so they just cruise at light speed naturally. It's the mass that's like this giant cosmic handbrake holding us back.
Scientists have this amazing phrase for it, the tyranny of the speed of light. And it's perfect because it really captures just how unbreakable this law seems. But here's the twist. What if the very thing that's causing the problem, mass itself, could be controlled?
And that leads us right to the culprit, the source of mass in the first place. Which brings us to our next section, unveiling the Higgs field.
Okay, so try to picture this. The entire universe, every inch of it, is filled with this invisible energy field. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but it's there. As particles move through this field, some of them interact with it. The more strongly they interact, the more inertia they have. And that inertia is what we experience as mass. Photons, they don't interact with it at all, which is why they get to stay massless and travel at light speed.
And listen, this isn't just some wild theory somebody cooked up. This is real. The existence of this field and the particle that goes with it, the Higgs boson, was actually confirmed at CERN back in 2012. We're talking a Nobel Prize-winning discovery that proved this whole mass-giving thing is a real part of our universe. So if the Higgs field is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this is where we get into the really speculative but totally fascinating idea of the light speed bubble.
So in theory, how would this even work? Well, you'd start with your spaceship. Then somehow you'd create a bubble around it, a special bubble that could actually turn off the Higgs field just within its borders. Inside that bubble, poof, the ship, the crew, everything becomes completely massless. And as we just learned, what's the one speed that massless objects travel at? The speed of light.
Now, this is a really, really important point. We're not talking about a warp drive or some faster-than-light travel like in the movies. The idea isn't to break the speed of light, it's to make your spaceship follow the same rules as light. It allows you to travel at light speed.
And this is where things get truly weird. Let's talk about what it would actually feel like to be inside one of these bubbles, especially when it comes to time.
Okay, this is where your brain might start to hurt a little thanks to special relativity. For someone back on Earth, a trip to our closest star, Proxima Centauri, would take 4.3 years to watch. But for you, inside that bubble, moving at the speed of light, time literally stops. From your point of view, the trip would be instantaneous. 0 seconds would pass. You would arrive at the exact same moment you left. Just let that sink in.
It is an incredible idea, but before we all start designing our own starships, we have to pump the brakes and come back down to Earth, because right now, this is still a huge, unsolved enigma.
I mean, just look at where we are right now. We have our chemical rockets, our fancy ion drives, even theoretical nuclear rockets. But they are all stuck, bound by that tyranny of the speed of light. They are all just way, way too slow to get us to the stars in a single human lifetime.
And this gets to the absolute core of the problem for physicists. If you could actually turn off the Higgs field, would you create the perfect light-speed starship? Or, since mass and energy are connected by E = mc squared, would getting rid of the m for mass just cause everything inside the bubble to violently convert into a massive blast of pure energy?
And so we're left with this ultimate question. Is manipulating the Higgs field the key that unlocks the stars, letting us zip across the cosmos in the blink of an eye, or is it a Pandora's box, a technology that would just lead to our own total annihilation? That's the mystery, and it's at the heart of this incredible and maybe terrifying idea.